Did I ever meet Roy Walker from Catchphrase? It's funny you should ask that, actually, Jarvis, because I have met Roy Walker from Catchphrase, and I'll tell you now, right? Biggest cunt I've ever met in my entire life. This was the height of Catchphrase mania, right? It was sweeping the nation, like how the Beatles really took over the public consciousness in the 60s. And you had like those shots of them running down the streets of Liverpool with all these girls screaming and chasing after them. I tell you, it was like that for Roy Walker in Northern Ireland. So this is at the height of his fame and his popularity, right? I'm a fan of, everyone's a fan of Catchphrase, aren't they? Everyone loves that show. Say what you see, Mr. Chips and all that. So anyway, I'm on a night out with a couple of mates. We're out in London. We're just sat at a table chatting away. All of a sudden we just hear say what you see, say what you see, like that. And we're going, that sounds like Roy Walker from Catchphrase. We turn around, right? Sure enough, it is Roy Walker from Catchphrase, and we're like, oh my fucking Roy Walker from Catchphrase, what's he doing here in this pub? Slamming his fist on the bar, shouting at the barmaid, say what you see, say what you see. She's mortified, she doesn't know what to do. So we go, what the fuck is going on here? So we head over to the bar. He had his back to us, right? We head over to the bar and look at him. He has unzipped his fly and he's just got his cock out, right, resting on the bar. And he's pointing to it, going, say what you see, say what you see. Like that. And she's close to crying. And I fucking was after seeing it. Tell ya. Size of the thing. So we tried to calm him down. We were like, oh Roy, you alright mate, we're big fans of Catchphrase, we love you. How's it going? He's like, hey, you're right lads. Got his hand out, shook our hand. We were like, oh, I'd like to buy you a pint. And he's like, yeah, and I'd like to drink a pint. We all had a laugh. And we were like, fair enough, well, come on. So I bought three Guinnesses, because, you know, he's Irish. 3 Guinnesses, and we all sat down at the table. And we were like, you know, not to be funny, Roy, but it's a bit odd seeing you in a kind of like a little bruiser like this. We thought you'd have been somewhere a bit more upmarket, given you kind of like celebrity status and everything. And he was like, nah, I'm just like you lads, just like you, salt of the earth, and all that kind of stuff. And we were like, well, fair play. I was like, what are you doing here? And he was like, oh, well, to be honest, lads, I'm here for some action. And we were like, oh, yeah? You dirty sort, Roy, you looking for a bit of female companionship? And he goes, no, that's not what I meant. I'm looking for some action. I'm looking to score. And like me and my mate, we were quite naive. We were like, score? What the fuck do you mean? And he leans in close to us and he goes, cocaine. My mate went, Roy Walker does cocaine. He goes, shh, calm down, don't fucking shout it out. Yeah, I do cocaine, he says. And we're like, so you're here to get cocaine? And Roy's like, yeah, I was meant to meet my dealer about half an hour ago. He's not showing up. He puts his arms around us. He's like, lads, I tell you, we're going to have a great night tonight. Right, I was like, I'll drink to that. Did our cheers with our Guinnesses. Necked them. Roy was like, Right, you lad, I'll get the next round. He stands up, goes back to the bar. He's still got his cock out through all of this. He never tucked it away. He went back up to the bar and got us some more drinks, got some more pints and shots. So we're in there, we're in there in the pub, and it's getting to closing time. And Roy's like, I'm really jonesing for a fix. And we were like, well, the pub's closing soon. And he was like, yeah, the pub's closing. But the night's only just begun, lads. And we're like, no, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Then he goes, freaks come out at night. Freaks come out at night. Like that. So we all joined in, freaks come out at night. He was like, he said to us, you lads follow me, I'll take you somewhere you've never been before, through the streets of London. And we're like, well, how many opportunities are we going to get like this? You know, meeting a bona fide celebrity, real A-lister, like Roy Walker. So we said fair enough, and we just tagged along. He was like, right, well, right, I think I know someone who'll be able to get us some coke. I don't know what that was. My accent's slipping. It was all right earlier. But anyway, yeah, he says he's going to find us someone who can sort us out some coke. So, all right, fair enough. We meet up with this fucking this dealer, really shady guy. This bloke, look, he spots Roy a mile off. He's like, all right, Roy the boy. Then he looks at us and he goes, those two cool. Roy goes, they're solid lads. They're solid lads. So I mean, I don't know how much and what constitutes as good cocaine, but Roy's there doing all the dealing. Anyway, we're stood there. We look over. On his arm, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines of coke resting on his arm. Well, what the hell is he doing? And then he goes, and he goes, it's good, but it's not right. It's good, but it's not right. It's good, but it's not right. How many lines is that man doing? It's heroic. It's good, but it's not right. And the third bowl was just right. We're like, all right, fair enough. And so then he goes, then he says, we'll have 3 bags of those, please. So he sorts out with this guy, gets this, gets the coke, and he gives us a bag each. He's like, right, I want you lads to snort this as soon as you can. Then the fun starts. Anyway, Roy does a quick snifter before we go. And then the drug dealer goes, our survey said, ding, like that. And me and my mate, called John, me and my mate laughed because we recognised the reference. And then, but Roy, all of a sudden, real serious look on his face. He is fuming. He turns around and looks at the drug dealer. He's like, the fuck did you just say? And the drug dealer's like, look, Roy, I didn't mean anything by it, mate. Roy, because we're in a back alley, remember, during this drug deal. Roy grabs a bin lid, smacks it on the drug dealer's head, beats him unconscious. All the while the drug dealer's crying, please, no, Roy, not again, please. We're like, again? He like turned on a dime. A minute ago we were about to have a night of our lives. Now we're having the fucking fright of our lives. What the hell was going on? So he beats him unconscious, right? Goes into the guy's pockets, takes out the money that he just spent on the drugs, gets more drugs out of the guy's pockets, like some pills, uppers and downers and all this kind of stuff. Roy stands up, spits on the guy, goes, take that, you fucking cunt. Then he looks at us, he goes, I sure showed him, didn't we, lads? I was like, look, Roy, it's getting a bit late. Mate, I don't know about this. Then he goes serious again, puts his arms around me and John, and he goes, look lads, we're gonna have a good night tonight, whether you like it or not. So we had no choice. We had to go along with it. We saw what he can do. He's a violent man, Roy Walker. So he takes us the seedy underbelly of London, which I never even knew existed. We go to this house. Well, it's like an abandoned tenement building, right? With like all these flats. And he takes us up there. We go through the door, bounces at the front. At this point, Roy's face is just... He's like Al Pacino at the end of fucking Scarface. Just white powder all over his face. He doesn't give a fuck. But, you know, it's that time-old thing. People in these positions of power, they can just do whatever they want. So the bouncer nods at Roy, lets the three of us in. We go into this massive room. People shagging on tables. People strung out on heroin in the corner, the needle still in their arm. In the corner there's a dog fight going on. Roy puts his arms around the pair of us again and he goes, I'm home lads, I'm home. He whistles, right? Two women come over. Roy's like, take your pick. Take your pick. They're both yours tonight. Do as you wish. And I was like, Roy, I don't like the sound of this, mate. This all sounds a bit seedy. When you said we were going to have a good night, I mean, this is the last thing I thought. I thought we were just going to play euchre in the pub. I wasn't expecting this. So anyway, this woman grabs me by the hand, right? Takes me into this other room where there's like a dirty mattress on the floor. Then she starts trying to undo my trousers. I'm like, look, love, I'm a married man, all right? She kept trying to take my trousers. I was like, no, stop it, all right? Still she goes, she tries taking off my shirt and all this kind of stuff. I said, no. I pushed her, right? Roy must have heard outside. He goes, what's all this, what's all this? Roy grabs her by the hair, pulls her outside back into the other room. I was like, Roy, just leave it, mate, alright? This is just absolutely fucking ridiculous, mate. Drags her outside, whistles to everyone. Alright, says, feed her to the dogs. Sure enough, he chucks her to the ground, right? These dogs, ferocious beasts, run over to her, start eating at her. I'm like, I can't watch. I look away, I turn round, I can't bear it. Roy grabs my head, goes like that, and does that with my eyes so I can see, and he's whispering in my ear, see what you see, see what you see. I was like, right, just let me out, mate. I can't be doing with this descent into the abyss. I can't take it any longer, mate. I run off, I try to find my mate. My mate's in the corner of the room, strung out on heroin. I pick him up. We make it down. I'm carrying my mate over my shoulder like a fireman lift, trying to get out of there, running through the streets. Roy catches up with us, right? It's like, where do you lads think you're going, eh? I was like, Roy, mate, I've had enough, all right? I just want to go home. He goes, no. One more stop, lads, one more stop. I just said, no more stops. Pulls out a knife. See what you see. I said, Roy, mate, he goes, see what you fucking see. I said, a knife. He goes, yeah, exactly. You don't do as I say. I can't do the accent anymore. I'm gonna fuck you up. You and your mate. So he leads us to this house, this random house in the night. I mean, I say the night, it's about 3 o'clock at this point. We get to the front door of this house. And I just say to him, I mean, it looks like a nice street. So I say to him, Roy, where the fuck are we? And he goes, I'm going to show you your future. My future? Door opens up, and there's this woman there. I don't know. She could be about 80 years old. at this point, I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? She's wearing a dressing gown, and she like nods and lets the three of us in. Me, Roy Walker, and my mate who's currently strung out on heroin, and still hot, hanging on my shoulder. So we go sit in her living room, right, typical old people living room. She makes us a cup of tea, which was quite welcome at this time of night after what we've been through. And basically, I said to the woman, Roy tells me that we're here to learn about our future. And the woman goes, yes, do you want to know? Before I can say anything, Roy goes, oh yeah, these lads want to know. They want to know their future. Show them. I was like, what is it, like the tea with the tea leaves? Roy goes, not exactly. This old woman takes off her dressing gown. She's completely naked. Right, 80-year-old woman. Roy says she has a unique way of telling the future. And I said, how does she do that? I don't get what's going on at the minute. She gets this big bit of paper, right, puts it on the floor. She squats over the bit of paper. My mate's coming too. What's going on? Where are we? All of a sudden, right, this woman squatting over the paper, the only word I can use to describe it is spits. But not from her mouth, if you get my meaning. You hear her, and out from her minge, right, this black tar substance hits the paper. I stand up, I say, what the hell is going on? I think I must be tripping at this point. Roy says, look at your future on the paper. I said, no, I just want to go home. I've had enough. He takes me over to this bit of paper, right? And it's like one of those Rorschach tests, right? Except she makes them from her vagina. I was like, I have no idea what that means. It's just black pus on a bit of paper. And then the woman goes, that'll be 200 quid. I was like, absolutely not. Then, like, this big bloke comes out from the kitchen holding a machete. And he's like, I think you're going to pay, mate. I think you are going to pay that 200 quid. Police burst through the windows, the doors. We all put, I put my hands up straight away. The police grabbed the old woman, right, still naked. Like, I know she's a criminal, but I mean, they could have covered her up just for modesty's sake. But they grab her, they put her in handcuffs, and one of the policemen said, we've been trying to catch the great vagina for months. I was like, the great vagina? They were like, yep, trying to catch her for months, and you've led us to her. They look at Roy, they go, oh, you're right, Roy, up to your old tricks. The police know. The police are completely aware of the situation, what's going on. I say to the police, look, me and my mate, we've been led on a bit of a merry goose chase. We thought we'd just going to have a nice quiet night with Roy Walker. Turns out, it's been far from it. Policemen are like, all right, we'll give you a lift in our car, police car. We're walking out. Roy's just going, lads, it was a great night. Should do this again sometime. I was like, fuck no. Police takes us home. My mate John had to go into a fucking rehab clinic. Right, he ended up getting hooked on the stuff. I mean, you know, all the dealers, all this like seedy underworld. The police knew about him, and no one said a thing. No one said a single thing. And it's just emblematic of celebrity culture. You know what I mean? Everyone knew what was going on, but nobody said anything. Everyone kept quiet because they were too afraid. So the thing that I learned from that whole experience was say what you see. Say what you see.